Publicity 101.9 FM. And yes, like I told you earlier, our focus for today is how far can Peter Obi go? I am Femi Osinuga. Good morning.
And I am Folarin. A warm welcome to you.
Presidential candidates of political parties have hit the campaign trail to canvass for a vote ahead of the 2023 polls. According to pundits, the leading candidates for Nigeria's top seat in 2023 are Atiku Abubakar of the PDP, Asiwaju Bola Tinubu of the APC, Peter Obi of the Labour Party, and Senator Abeokuta of the New Nigeria People's Party. So far, Peter Obi of the Labour Party is still the most controversial of the top four, with mass followership on social media. From his initial low rating, Peter Obi has captivated the electorate with his mass followership among the Nigerian youths. Most of the youths regard him as Mr. Clean of Nigerian politics, who have no baggage or deep link with any vested political interest. He had been flaunting several ideas on how he will reposition Nigeria's battered economy and worrisome security issues. Peter Obi had been telling who cares to listen how he managed to rule Anambra State as a governor, left cash in banks for his successor after clearing all salaries, gratuities, and pensions of serving and retired workers. There has been pockets who believe that Peter Obi lacks the capacity and connection to implement his lofty ideas if he wins the 2023 polls. How can Peter Obi go in the 2023 presidential poll? That is the focus for today's topic on Citizens Forum. And to do justice for us today, we have in the house Comrade Olufemi Abayomi Arabambi. He is the Labour Party's National Publicity Secretary. Good morning. Welcome to our studios again.
Good morning, Nigeria. Good morning, people of Ogun State.
All right. Comrade Arabambi, your party, the Labour Party, has no candidates for Senate in Borno, Ekiti, Katsina, Kebbi, Lagos. You have one candidate out of three in Bayelsa, Delta, Jigawa, Ondo, and Yobe. The party has 2 out of 3 in Bauchi, Kogi, Niger, and Sokoto states. For the House of Representatives, Labour Party has no single candidate in any of Borno 9 seats, Ekiti 6 seats, Katsina 13 seats, Kebbi 8 seats, Lagos 24 seats, and Ondo 9 seats. Labour Party has less than 50% representation in Bauchi, Jigawa, Kogi, Niger, and Plateau. Representations of Labour in the following 5 states also are incomplete, talking about Bayelsa, Cross River, Delta, Kano, Sokoto, and Zamfara State. And the list goes on and on and on. And people have also complained or talked, let me not use the word complain now, but talked that the Labour Party has no structure. How does your party intend to snatch the election in 2023?
Well, thank you very much. Nigerians, with our lives, and that's exactly, what we are suffering now, today in Nigeria. The proponent of what you just read, they know themselves, they're in the PDP, they're in the APC, because I don't know whether you got that information from INEC, and up to today, that is what they've been peddling around. But we are less bothered, we are less concerned. They shouldn't be concerned about whether we have senator or House of Rep, because this was the same thing that they tried in Kenya with the incumbent president that even lost more before the man from nowhere won an election. That's Ruto. In Brazil, with all the noise by the incumbent president, he lost to a man that has no structure. That Lula Silva. So we are not concerned whether 50.9, whether 50.6, Obi will triumph. Nigerians believe ab initio from now that when you have Senate, when you have assembly, that is what is going to give you the seat. In 2011, what was the structure of Senator Abeokuta when he won the governorship election in Ogun State? What was the structure of Adeleke in Osun when he won that governorship election? You see, but Nigerians, that is our parole. When they have eaten so much, in a political environment, all they try to do is to now begin to sway public opinion. The attempt they made in 2015 when they deceived Nigerians to think they have they are better alternative to the PDP. But you see, before we progress, when we talk of my maladministration, I will beg to excuse the 8 years of Baba Obasanjo for the PDP because I am still going to talk very deep into this now. Baba Obasanjo 80 years is very exceptional. I am not going to count it as this political rat patters from APC that 16 years of misrule of the PDP. I think the 8 years was Baba Obasanjo was far better because he eclipsed Nigeria for $30 billion Paris loan and the 30 billion debt stock, that he exited Nigeria from. So that can't be called a maladministration or malgovernance as far as we are concerned. Before Jonathan came on board, with Yadra and Mr. Buhari now, that they just took off from top to bottom, according to their promise. So, with regard to, we don't have senator, we don't have rep here, who gave them that figure? I think they should be concerned, about how they will prepare their handing over note to Mr. Peter Obi as the president. If not, it's a shame. Should APC even be contesting this election? Should they even a final candidate, for rep, for Senate, for president? They ought to be ashamed by now because of what we have found ourselves. So they shouldn't even be, because we know the proponent, they started it before, some Kalatas, pick it up from there, But I want to tell them that as far as we are concerned in Nigeria, it has happened before, in Kenya, it happened, in Brazil, it's going to happen in Nigeria. Whether they like it or not, we know the constitutional requirement. All what we intend to do is to advance our manifesto to Nigerians and why Nigeria should vote for us. In Kenya, it is not that Ruto has complete control of the National Assembly. Ditto, Lula in Brazil. But you see, when Nigeria decides to change, that change must definitely come because we were swayed, we were deceived in 2014, 2015, with all manner of lies by the opposition APC then, and now they are in government, but all of us can see the Association of Straight Fellows, and that was why Nigeria found ourselves today where we have, the second most traumatized nation, the most indebted nation, where even the Minister of Finance had the audacity to come out without resignation today that our debt servicing has even taken 100% of our income, and yet that administration is parading a presidential candidate, and they will be selling fake news all around the media that, we don't have senator, we don't have the. What is that business with that? When we are doing the presidential election first, and I hope you are aware, some people have gone to court to swear that they should do the governorship before the presidential election. Who are the proponents of that? They know themselves. Obi will win this election score and fear.
Oh, really? So what are the things that, what are the unique selling points of Obi? What are the things that you think Obi has that others do not have? And what will Peter Obi be doing differently?
Well, thank you very much. All of us know it antecedent, from Anambra. And just like, he said yesterday, competence, character matters. Where the other people, where are they coming from? The blemishes, whether they are saying whether they have any form of blemishes. From where the man come from, how much did he, left in the cover of Anambra State? In Anambra, Peter Obi met them, printing letterhead, a rim for 15,000, 18,000. He asked them, how much is it? I'm also doing in my office. He ended up doing a rim for 1,500. You knew why this man was impeached? He was accused of using Peugeot 406 instead of imported vehicle. He was accused of, buying furniture from Onitsha, instead of from foreign country. And this man was impeached for other renovation of a Bond government lodge. The assembly, and the people they quoted over 400 something million, he ended up using 81 million. He was impeached. They said that was gross misconduct, according to Balowu, the speaker of Anambra Central Assembly. And also, he was at least instrumental to this question of governor spending their 4 years, even when their tenure, got adopted or terminated, due to some factors beyond our own reach. A man who is coming from that end, he has been telling Nigerians, if even the incumbent governor or the past were able to come out with any fault of his as a governor of Anambra State, they should come out. Whether he has been invited by EFCC, whether he has been invited by ICPC, he said they should come out. He came, he saw and conquered. He came out very clean to now say, oh, I will be able to do this. Once somebody has, a trade or do something well in a tested environment, my dear brother, he has, he has that will, to do it in a larger environment. And that is the selling point. This man is not corrupt. And the bane of Nigeria problem today is corruption. It is in this administration that we have snake swallowing money. Where they went to vomit it, we don't know. It was this administration that we have, a grass cutter, SGF. It was in this country where money will just disappear. Where as we go on strike, a government that doesn't respect us order will be compelling ASU to respect court order. The one they gave in respect of this IPOP man, they said they want to go and appeal. Do you say a declarative judgment? You cannot say a declarative judgment. But yeah, they kept that man in the prison. They said he is a security threat. He is a security threat, but Gumi is not a security threat. In an administration that is still falling out, a president candidate against us. And let me tell you, even our selling point, up to today, other than Atiku that is selling this program, there is nothing plausible from Baba Asiwaju as a selling point of Mr. Buhari. The very first day he committed that error that, I am going to start where Buhari stopped. He knew what came out of that and he has retreated. Only now to now be advancing this program. The program is advancing. What's stopping from doing such, with the man he brought to come and visit Nigeria with so much pain? Why would an administration that has spent 7 years plus, going to 8 years now, you have a president candidate that will not have a selling point on the achievement of the administration? Because what do they want to tell us? Is it the banditry? Is it the kidnapping? Where we have in this country some rogues in Kaduna trying to kidnap our president. That, if they see Mr. Buhari, they will kidnap him. That is an unprecedented threat that we have never witnessed in this country. So our selling point is quite different.
All right. Comrade Arabambi, let's look at the party now itself. I remember when the campaign organization for Peter Obi was launched, the chairman of the party, Abure, he talked about not having enough finances. The party not having enough finances to be able to execute this, their campaign movement and things around the country. So how do you plan to be able to, mobilize people, your party agents, polling units and all this when already the party doesn't have finances?
Well, that was demonstrated by us, in our various rallies, for fitness, for Peter Obi. People contributed money by themselves. At least I witnessed that of Lagos, I witnessed that of Kaduna, and I witnessed that of Nasarawa. I didn't witness that of Ogun State because I was not around. But I was shocked that on our way, somebody brought a truckload of Coca-Cola made for his own shop. He has it and he will give it to people. It has never happened because they believe in the confidence of Peter Obi that he can deliver. A man that did not owe a single pension, gratuity, salary in his state. People now have, the room to say, let us at least put in our money. But in the other climb, it is money for hand before I will do anything. But now, that principle has changed because of the man they believe. So what my 99 chairman was saying is very simple. We don't have money to throw around. We don't have money to buy people. People contribute money on their own. Our president candidate also said it yesterday. During the debate, you can see the conduct of one of the spokespersons of PDP even against our president candidate, everybody can see what they intend to do. But you see, that is not our focus. Our focus is that, do we have the capacity, to govern this country? Yeah, we have that capacity because we have so much money in this country, but just some people are using it to line their pocket. And I'm also going to give kudos to the CBN governor. I knew some people have been talking all manner of, rubbish against the man. He's doing well for him to have come out with that plausible program that they want to change Naira. You know why? People who doesn't have conscience still went to bank with oceanic wrapper to go and change their money. Oceanic. When did Oceanic start to, when the restriction? But look at them, because they say, oh, come and save your Naira. And I know that at least they are taking note. Where they get that money from? So let them bring that money out, so that Nigeria will know who and who have been stealing, our money. You will now see that we are going to have some sanity come 2023 general election, because some of them will not be able to. Because you that have not been going to bank with 10 million, let us hear you come with 100 million on Monday, 200 million on Tuesday, 200 million on Wednesday. Whether you went to cemetery to go and have, some evil spirits that they want bringing that money, that person will be able to explain, because every of those deposits is being monitored. We have also pushed a letter to the EFCC. Every of those deposits, from when the CBN made the announcement, all banks will have to declare it.
Okay. Comrade, Obi is from the southeast, and some of the people in the southeast have been agitating to opt out of Nigeria. Even in the enrollment in the army, they don't have many people from the southeast there. The quota is not filled. How do you think somebody from this kind of area will, have the support, if he doesn't have the support of his people to, to be in Nigeria? How will he govern Nigeria?
Obi has 100% of Nigerian. Every Nigerian are his people. It is not a question of only the southeast. I have to be very, very explicit on that.
Please explain.
Agitation by the people of southeast was the fault of the Federation called Nigeria. Because, as far as I am concerned, somebody raised that issue yesterday, that why would gold in Zamfara be, in the hand of the state government, and nobody is saying anything, and yet you go to the Niger Delta and you claim that, the mineral resources belong to federal government. Why would a Zamfara administration enter into agreement with a foreign country to be selling gold? So does that mean that gold belongs to them? But the one in Lesha belongs to federal government? The one in Abia belongs to who? These are the reasons for agitation. We all saw what Gumi said. Oh, don't change Naira because bandits will not be demanding for money in dollar. Nobody raises eyebrow. I want to tell you that if it's a southeast person or southwest person, that person will have been arrested. Today, in the southeast, the agitation is about, discussion. You must enter into discussion, because here in Nigeria, we have a mighty Allah who still go on air to say, oh, all the states that doesn't allow cattle grazing route will continue to attack you. And that has not stopped. Ondo State was the most prosperous governor, and yet it was the most hit, but nobody is saying anything. But we have all the power in Nigeria to arrest Sunday Igboho for picking up on a man who infected on other people's rights. We can keep this man in custody of Abeokuta Malami. But Mighty Allah has the right to be doing whatever you want. So you think the federation unit, every element to just keep our mouth shut because some people feel, oh, we are above, the board. It is incumbent on the President of the Republic of Nigeria to open up a channel of discussion to them that, oh, why are you agitating to go? They have that right. Everyone has that right. Yoruba is even agitating. Yoruba nation. Everybody knows that. That Yoruba is agitating for Yoruba nation. So anybody can say, oh, I want to leave. It's incumbent on you, the president, the commander-in-chief, to open up a negotiator table with these people. Oh, what are your grievances? Let's discuss. But when somebody feel, oh, they cannot do anything to me, they should remember, it is only we, the people of Nigeria, that can change the government and nothing will happen about it.
Comrade, I'll come back to this Yoruba agitation and IPOP later, but right now, we know that Peter Obi has a lot of youth following, but majorly on social media. Now, the question is, how does this translate to votes on the election day? I'm not
especially when those youth don't have PVC.
Exactly, because there was a video that I saw online. A young YouTuber was doing, an analysis trying to know how people were going to vote for the next year election. And it got to some young people, and all of them were shouting Peter Obi. When he asked them, do you have a PVC? Literally, most of them did not have. So, how will this mass following on social media translate to votes in 2023? Not forgetting that Kingsley Moghalu also contested 2019 and 2015, and he said the most surprising thing he saw during those elections was that the youth can never be trusted, because when he was going around during town hall meetings, a lot of youths were shouting and clamoring, but on the day of election, when he saw the results, he was surprised. So how will this mass following for Peter Obi translate to votes on election day when most of them don't even have PVCs?
Well, that is a mere speculation as far as we are concerned. When INEC concluded their registration, they added 12 million within a space of 4 months. These are docile voters before. They did not just go out.
Sorry to cut you. You talked about docile voters now,
Yes.
But according to the statistics from INEC, Southeast, which is supposed to be the hub of Peter Obi, had the least amount of registered voters. Even the South followed, and the Southwest, before you now talk of the North Central, Northwest, and Northeast.
No,
So, how is that going to be?
I am going to say Southeast is not the hub of Peter Obi. Peter Obi is the only pan-Nigerian president that is running for this election. Every other person, if they are not, involved in this ethnic bigotry, religious bigotry, sentiment here and there, the only man that doesn't have that trait is Peter Obi. Peter Obi is not the president of the Southeast. I'm going to disagree.
When you talk about religion also, Peter Obi is also riding on the thrones of Christianity too. And he's basically doing it on Christianity majorly, because I've not seen him gone to any Muslim organization or any Muslim thing. So when you talk about religion, I don't think that is true too, because it's also riding on Christianity.
When we talk about ethnic and religious bigotry, in our party, you know what is happening. In PDP, you know the reason for their crisis. In APC today, despite the insult that have been meted on Nigeria, you saw what APC is doing. A party that decided that, we don't even give a damn whether you are Christian or not. This is where we are going. We believe we can have the vote, of these people there. That is their problem. That is the context, of what I'm saying. The DG, the campaign, the chairman, the wicked Dibeku, the antecedent of wicked Dibeku, and what actually gave rise to why APC also have not been able to do much. And then after on the 15th, they want to start their campaign. It was the issue of the Muslim ticket. But you see, we are not, into that, because we are very conscious of the yearning of Nigeria. But back to the question of social media, the proponent, we know them. That was why we did our 1 million, 2 million rally all over Nigeria. Whether they have PVC or not, how managed are we able to add over 30 million into the new registration? Were they registering because of the old order? Were they registering because of the former old order, or because of the new order? Where in this country, as people on their own volition, took to the street to say, we want to do 1 million march rally, for a president candidate? It has never happened. And we did some things, to Nigerians and to our opponent, that there are some areas where we did 1 million man rally in 5, 6, 7 states together. So that this movement, of the old order, where they go and transfer people from Osun, from Ekiti, from Abuja, they go and pack them in buses and say, these are our people. We did our own deliberately, where we pick on 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 states together at a time. And we have rose that challenge. We asked them that, please come, let Nigerians give 3 parties a chance. Let APC pick one Monday, and they should do 1 million man rally across the state of the federation. Let PDP follow suit on Tuesday. Let us do our own on Wednesday. You will see that they will not be able, to do it.
But I still don't see how that mass movement of people
you,
to translate.
you saw those that were showing their PVC in Lagos. You saw those. You saw that guy, that you copper. When they asked me,
so Lagos. Sorry to cut you, but I'm just being realistic.
No, I know. That was what they sold. No, that was what they see. They use the power of media, to deceive Nigeria.
Okay.
But we are much wiser. They say we don't. I mean, our people, they are at first. I'm not sure if I said there are just 4 people, behind the console. But when they came to Kaduna State, he said, no, I think I'm suspecting people from Niger Republic. How do you suspect people from Niger Republic as member of Labour Party? When you have people from Kaduna State coming out, you roll out the military, you roll out, the police to attack them, to throw tear gas. But where was the Rufai when they attacked the advanced convoy, where 30 military men were killed? He didn't notice that they are from Niger. Those ones are Nigerian. But when the obedient march to the street of Kaduna State, because he's afraid, he's jittery, because the vice president candidate is from there. But you see, we are not deterred. Let them continue with their manipulation. Let them continue with their distortion of fact. We are not bothered. Nigerians have desire that there shall be a change. But as far as we are concerned, APC will go into extinction after 23 election. PDP will go to extinction after 23 election, because Nigeria will have spoken whether they have more Senate than us, whether they have more rep than us, whether they have more assembly than us. It is not the issue. The issue is that the president of Kenya, Uhuru Kenyatta, the man said, you cannot win this election. But the people said, no, he's going to win the election, and with what margin. Lula was in prison. All manner of lies, just like the one they are doing now against Peter Obi, they will not succeed. Because Nigeria on that day will vote. And let me also let them know something. We will not leave that polling booth. When we vote, it will be counted, because there's an electoral act that forbids you, the presiding officer, from refusing to announce, as that person reach, certain number of years of data. Our phone is with us. Even if their own, this thing is not functioning, their router or maybe their network, we are prepared. They don't know that we made this election. We give them our data. They will use it to upload that result.
Okay.
So that nobody will now be able to change.
Before we go, because we still have some other people to talk to.
Yeah.
Comrade, please, I just want us to come to Ogun State now, because we are in Ogun State. What is happening with Labour Party in Ogun State?
You don't have a governor.
There's no candidate.
We have governorship candidate. No, nobody. Don't worry. Nobody should come and tell me to have governorship candidate. We have.
How? Who?
Can you show me that governorship candidate? We have our senator. We
Why
have
is
rep.
it not on the INEC?
Yes, that is. You see, let me tell you something. You see, INEC on their own, I will give it to Ogun State. INEC. You see, I'm a person that is very, very sincere. People that are very, faithful. 4 days ago, INEC Resident Electoral Commissioner in Ogun said Labour Party did primary. They monitor it, but that it was the issue of submission. If that is unprecedented.
That's submission to INEC.
The INEC,
okay,
via electronic means. But that was not what the Constitution stipulated. The Supreme Court is very clear. You cannot change the rule or order of a constitution to suit you. The INEC said everything should be done via email. For God's sake, we are not the owner of email. Nigeria doesn't even have one. Gmail, I don't know, Abi. We have. No, I'm coming.
Okay.
You see, we tried our best. That was what affected us, all over. But I can assure you, on or before 23rd of this month, all our candidates in Nigeria, Rep, Senate, Assembly, will be published by INEC. You see, we don't just go around saying this and these are the things we are doing, because some people in Nigeria, the moment they know your route, trust them. They will go and wait for you. But I give it to INEC Ogun State. If a rec will confirm that, as far as Ogun State is concerned, they did what we are supposed to do, but that we should escalate our matter with INEC. And INEC has responded, with what we needed to do. Also, and we are in court. We're in court with them.
Exactly. That was the next person.
And we don't prejudice court issues. Yes, all over Nigeria. But you see, we want to thank those, even you, that are concerned, about our candidature. Not only in Ogun State, we have like 5 states, that we have that issue of governor and deputy.
Yes.
And Senate rep and assembly like that. Even the Lagos that they are, they are making noise. We are going to have our 21st of rep listed very shortly. 11 was published out of 40 assembly in Lagos. 11 are published. The remaining 29 will be published. But they don't know because they say, in Lagos they don't have 40 assembly. No, we have our fact. They are just people who are taking Panadol for our headache. You understand? And that is, we know them. We know the antecedent. That is the way they will be distorting facts here and there. But we are not bothered. We only want to thank Nigeria concerning, their concern about Labour Party, because the new sheriff in town, Mr. Peter Obi, will take a clean sweep, of this election. We are going to have all our candidates listed or not before 24th of this month.
24th. Okay.
24th of this month, we are going to have all our candidates listed.
Okay.
Yes.
You said 23rd earlier.
Okay, 24th.
Okay.
So Shogunla is our candidate in Ogun State for governor. Yes. We have a candidate. I don't want to list to anybody telling us we don't have a economic candidate. We have.
All right, we need to go on a break now so that we can introduce our next guest in the house. Stay tuned.